Alice, how are you going today?
Oh, not too bad, thanks.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah, it's good.
How's Bub going?
Not too bad, yeah. No problems. It seems to be, the doctor said that he's going okay.
Oh, good. So you're feeling well?
Yeah, not too bad. It's, I'm just moving a bit slowly, of course, but, I'm used to that now.
Yeah. That's good. It's good to hear that you're feeling well and that everything's going okay with Bub. I know you've been a bit worried about Bub because of everything that's happened in your past. Now, Alice, I just wanted to check in. Last week we talked about some quite heavy stuff. You were talking about child safety and the problems that you'd had with them. And I just wanted to check in with you to see how you're feeling after our last session.
Yeah. Well, when we spoke about that, it started me thinking again about, what's going to happen when the baby's born.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how the department is going to deal with that, like whether they're just, whether I'm going to lose my baby. So I'm feeling a bit anxious about that.
Yeah. And that's what part of what we talked about last week too, was that you're feeling quite anxious about what's going to happen with the baby, and I guess you have that your past experiences with child safety and what's happened in the past with your other children.
Yeah.
So it's quite understandable that you have that level of anxiety and concern about what might happen with this baby.
Yeah.
So I guess part of our work together will be working on that anxiety, but also working on ways that you can change things or make things different, so that you can care for this baby this time and possibly have more time with your other children.
Yeah, well, that would be good. I don't think I've got the same problems I had when they had to take my other two children.
Yeah. And I remember last time when we spoke, you gave me permission to talk to child safety about what had been happening with the other children.
Yeah.
And I do have to say that child safety did mention the drinking and the alcohol use, and that had been a major concern with them for when you had the other children. And that they are still concerned that there might be some drinking happening there. So I guess I'd just like to check in with you and see how you feel about that.
Well, I think my behaviour's changed a lot. When I was younger, I was drinking a lot more, and because I didn't have any other way of dealing with things. And now, I'm a bit older and I've learned a few ways of kind of coping, and my drinking is not as bad as it used to be. So I hope the department can see that.
That's really good to hear. That's and I know from our past conversations that it's been a huge struggle, but that you've managed to do it because for you, having your children is so important, and that you've realised that you need to change things in your life to be able to show that you can change and that you can care for the children, all of the children.
Yeah. Well, I really miss the other two. I think about them all the time, and I think, well, I don't want this baby to end up the same, and I really want to show them how much I've improved.
That's good. That's good. And I can see how much you've improved, and just in your general well-being and your health, you look a lot healthier.
I'm eating better now, so looking after myself.
How does that feel for you?
I just feel so much happier inside. I just feel I feel like I'm more in control of things now, and I've got more energy. I'm sleeping better, and so I just feel like I'm a better person.
That's fantastic. And is that something that you think is sustainable? Is that something that you think that you can keep going?
I think so. Because I've, because I was thinking with this pregnancy, I thought, well, I really have to get things sorted out before the baby is born. And I have been, exercising and eating properly for the last 6 months. So
that's fantastic.
I feel much better, so I want to keep going with it.
Okay. If we can go back to what we were talking about before, and your anxiety and your concerns that you had with child safety around seeing your other children and having your other children in your care. Do you think child safety has noticed these changes in you, or is aware of the changes that have happened?
I really don't know. I mean, I think they have, but they haven't gotten back to me, so I haven't had any information about what they think. So, but they have visited me and seen some of those changes. So,
that's good.
Yeah.
That's
so
good.
I hope things, I hope they see things differently now.
And sometimes, Alice, it can be really hard when people are expecting to see you a certain way or have a long history of seeing you a certain way. It can be quite difficult then to change their mind or to change the way they see a person.
Yeah.
And it might take a bit of time for them to see the changes that have happened in you, but they're very obvious changes, and in the time that I've been working with you, I've definitely seen huge changes in your in your health and your ability to stay on track, your ability to keep your house, and prepare for the baby that's coming.
Well, it's really important that I do it for me as well as for the baby and for the other kids, and I think because I haven't seen the other ones for so long, I'm just hoping that the department will let me have access, or maybe they can come over and stay with me or something.
Do you think it'd be worth having a chat with child safety about that?
Yeah, I'd like to. I'd like to see them. Yeah.
How would you feel about talking to child safety?
I'd be okay. I'd be a bit nervous, but I think if you were able to help me with that, then I would feel a little bit more confident, maybe. Okay.
Well, as a support person.
Yeah. If you could come with me or be here, I'm not sure, would they want to come here, or I have to go to see them, and maybe you can help me with that. Okay. And that's something that I can do. I'd be quite happy to come with you to talk to your caseworker. Okay.
As I said, I have spoken to her, and that I was going to speak to her. And so I'm quite happy to get that happening, make a time for us to both see, and just to be there to support you. Ultimately, they want to see that they're having changes and that the changes are going to keep happening over time. So that's something that we'll need to sort of think about and have, maybe have some dot points written down before we go, even to jog your memory and to be able to keep the conversation going. What do you think?
Yeah, no, that's fine. I know they'll want to ask me lots of questions, and I will be a bit anxious about that, but I do want to show them the changes I've made with the drinking and eating better and all those sorts of things.
And it's hard when you're anxious to remember what you were going to ask or what you were going to tell people. So that's sort of why I suggested writing some little dot points down so that you can. Yeah. Cool. Well, how about we make a time for next week? Yeah. And I'll get in touch with the child safety officer and set up a meeting time.
That would be good.
And then we can, go and see them and have a chat about, where you're up to now, what you'd like to see happen, and just let them know about all the changes that you've managed to make, and just such amazing changes. Yeah. And that you are wanting to have more contact with your other children. Yeah, that would be good. So, maybe we could sort that out in next meeting. That would be great. That'd be great. Okay, Alice, well, we've got a plan. That's fantastic.
Yeah, thank you for your help. You've been so helpful. Yeah.
That's quite okay.
Okay, thank you.
You've done all the hard work yourself.
Yeah, okay, but you've helped, so that's great. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Alice.
Okay, bye.